Hello everyone, welcome back again to FN Engineering channel. Today, we are going to discuss about project management. In this video, we will learn how to make a schedule, Gantt chart, and curve S using Google Spreadsheet. Well, before we continue, please subscribe FN Engineering channel and like my video. Thank you. First of all, in project management, when we make a schedule or curve S, we use some software such as Microsoft Project, Primavera, ProjectLibre, Microsoft Excel, or Google Spreadsheet. In this video, we only focus using Google Spreadsheet to create schedule and curve S. To create schedule and curve S, we divide into some parts. In the part 1, we will make a schedule like this example. In the next part, we will make a Gantt chart like this. In the next, we will make a curve S for planning. And the last part, we will make also curve S, but for planning and actual. Well, we will make a schedule for the example project. We create a new spreadsheet. We can give the title project management example. Now we will give some parameter like number, description, duration, start, finish, and predecessor. Some parameter like Microsoft Project. Well, first of all, we will create some example project. We can give the name project summary. For example, this project need 3 months for the schedule. We can change the format. We can click the format, number, and custom number format. We can write the custom number format like this. Days. We can start from, for example, 1st January. And finish is start plus duration. We can change the format for column D or E for start and finish. Can change to this format. In the next step, we can write level 1 schedule like preparation, procurement, fabrication, testing, and delivery. We can give the symbol for the level 1 schedule. We can give using A, B, C, G, and E. Okay. We can guess the duration for each step. For example, for preparation we need 5 days. For procurement we need 60 days. Fabrication we need 15 days. And for testing we need 5 days, and delivery also 5 days. For make sure we can sum the total duration. Okay. Sorry. Okay, it makes sense. The total is 90 days. It is same with the project summary. In the next step, we can determine the star for preparation is same with the star for project summary. You can copy this. For procurement, we can start after preparation finish. We can copy. For fabrication, testing and delivery is also the previous work has finished. We can copy. Well, we can change the delivery, the finish for delivery is similar with the finish of project summary. In the next step, we can make a level to schedule for each work description in the level 1. For example, we can divide preparation with some task. For example, kickoff meeting, next site survey, and approval document. The next for procurement, we can divide with some tasks also. Import material, local material, consumable, tools, and services. Then for fabrication, we can also divide with some process like cutting process, forming, machining, welding, and assembling. The next for the testing can also give the detailed description like dimensional check, review document, then factory acceptance test. Lastly, for the delivery, we can also divide with some process like finishing, packaging, and shipment. We can guess the duration for each process. Kickoff meeting we need 1 day, site survey also we need 1 day, and approval document we need longer, 3 days for example. And then for import material we also need 60 days, local material 30 days, consumable 30 days, tools 14 days, and services 14 days. For cutting, we can assume cutting need 3 days, forming 7 days, machining 7 days, welding 5 days, and assembly 3 days. Then for testing, for dimensional check we need 1 day, review document 1 day, and factory acceptance test 2 days. So we can change the testing with 4 days and fabrication 16 days. Lastly, for delivery, we can assume the finishing we need 2 days for finishing, 1 day for packaging, and for example 2 days for shipment. Well, then we have to give the unique symbol for each process. For kickoff meeting, we can give the symbol A. Okay. A2 is also like this. We can use A2 and approval document A3. Well, we can copy for the procurement, fabrication, testing, and delivery. Okay, for this can use B4 and services B5. You can copy for fabrication. Well, now we can determine the start and finish and also for connected process. Key committing is start with start project summary. You can copy, we need 1 days. Site survey, for example, perform after key committing finish. Next, for approval document, we can perform after key committing finish. If preparation need 5 days, we can change to 4. Well, the finish is same from 1 January to 6 January. In order to easy the formula, we can give the remarks or notes in the predecessor. In the predecessor, we write manually. For site survey is finish star A1. Full document is also finish star A1. Next, for import material, in general, we can buy the material after approval document. Oh yeah, after approval. Okay, we can copy the finished import material 16 days. For local material, we can also start after finish approval. If we need focus for import material first, we can give the start local material after, for example, 3 days after we start import material. Okay, we can copy consumable. We can also start after, for example, 3 days after local material. I think consumable we can start 3 days after import material. Meanwhile, for tools and services, we can, because this duration only need 14 days, so we can start about 10 days after local material. Okay, for the finish, we can copy this. Well, faster than local and consumable. We can change to 10 days after local material. Well, we give the remarks for the each procurement process. For material is FS A3, local material FS SSB1 plus 3 day. Meanwhile, for consumable is similar with the local material. Then for tools is SSB2 plus 10. Okay. Services also same with the tools. Well, next for the cutting material. For example, we can cutting material after local material has arrived at the factory. We need 3 days. Forming is also, we can start after cutting finish. You can copy for the finish. Sorry. And also machining can start after forming finish. For the welding, okay, you can also like this. Now for the assembly, you can change to 7 days. We can change for info material longer. We can assume 75 days, 70 days. Okay, the assembling is the maximum of welding and info material. Well, next, so we just need 15 days. Okay, so yeah, okay, 15 days. Yeah. For the testing, we can start after. We have to give remark first for the fabrication process. Cutting process start after local material arrive at factory. So it is FSB2, forming FSC1, machining FSC2. And the next for welding is also FSC3. Next for the assembling, the star is the maximum value between finished welding or import material. Well, next we can give the detailed schedule for testing process. Dimensional check start after assembling. Yeah, the finish can copy. Duration need 1 day. If you document, for example, start after dimensional check finish. Duration need 1 day. And factory accident test is can give the maximum dimensional check and review document. Yeah, we can copy this. Well, we give the remarks for the testing. For factory accident test is maximum finish start between day 1 and day 2. And the last step, we give the detail for delivery process. Finishing start after if 80 step. Then copy this. Well, packaging after finishing. And shipment after packaging. Sorry. We give the detail in the remarks or predecessor. For packaging, finish start after finishing, and shipment finish start after E3. Well, now we can delete the level 1. Well, we can set the view with freezing up to row 1. Okay. Now we can check the duration is correct or not, or error or not. If the duration is minus, so it is the error, so we can give the conditional formatting in this column. Okay, less than 0. We can see the warning if there is error in the duration. For example, we need 7 days for finishing. Sorry, if well, so this is a wrong duration, so we have to check again the schedule. Well, or we can give the 19 days. Well, there is error. Well, we have done the create project schedule. In the next video, we will learn how to make the Gantt chart like this. Yeah. Alright everyone, thank you for watching my video. If you have some comments or suggestion, please write on the comment column. And if you get something new from this video, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification from this channel to get an updated video from FN Engineering channel. And don't forget to share this video or FN Engineering channel with others. See you next time. Hello everyone, welcome back again to FN Engineering channel. Today, we are going to discuss regarding project management. Previously, we have created project schedule in the previous video. Right now, we are going to create Gantt chart using Google Spreadsheet. Well, before we continue, please subscribe FN Engineering channel and like my video. Thank you. Well, before we create a Gantt chart using Google Spreadsheet, I will summarize about the project schedule. Previously, when we make a project schedule, we have to do some steps. The first step is we define or record data about project duration, start project, or finish project. After we get the information, we can define level 1 process for the project. After that, we can guess the duration for each process from level 1 process. Then, after we define level 1, we can define level 2. After that, we can repeat step 3 to define duration for each process. If we have level 3, 4, or until 5, we can repeat the step 3 process. In the last, we have to check the overall and error duration. So the project schedule is the correct duration. Well, in the next step, we are going to create Gantt chart using Google Spreadsheet. In order to make a Gantt chart, we have some steps. First of all, we have to create the timeline date and also timeline day. After that, we are going to create weekly timeline. Then we create the sum formula using conditional formatting for highlight duration. In the next step, if we need to consider weekend or holiday, we can create the Gantt chart to consider weekend or holiday. Well, in order to make easier, we can practice to spreadsheet. In this video, we will make Gantt chart like this. So if we change the date, the highlight conditional formatting will be changed. For example, we can change to 1 February. So the conditional formatting for the highlight duration has to be changed. Well, we will create Gantt chart like this. This is our previous project example. In the next step, we can copy this sheet for Gantt chart. We can choose duplicate. Well, the first step, we have to create timeline by date or by day. We can insert row above. Typically, I need 3 rows for timeline. The first timeline for weekly, the second timeline for date, and the third timeline for day. Well, the project duration start from 1 January. The duration need 90 days. So the finished project is start plus 90. This yes, we can copy. The first day is same with the first start project. So for 1st January, we can define the day from this date. We can use the text formula. We just need one letter. Okay, if we copy this, so the 1st January on Saturday, 2nd January Sunday, and 3rd January Monday. But if we need the first day, he started in Monday, we have to change or we have to give the formula in the first timeline. So we can use the weekday formula. Have to zoom in the spreadsheet. Okay, weekday, we can use the two. Okay, for the type of weekday, we can read the example. So if we choose one is uh, there are three type. For this case, we use the type three. Yes, the first day is Monday. Well, for this one, we just need the date. So we can change the format number for date and delete this and delete year. Well, because we need make weekly timeline, so we have to create 1 week first. We copy to for column this, and for this the last day we can change the format to full date. In order to make easier, we can create group column for this. Okay, we can copy for this. We need we have to freeze the view of column. We need more column. Then we can change the size of column. For example, we need to 25. Okay. The first we have to create the first 2 weeks. Okay, we make the group again. Well, after this, we can copy the second week to other weeks. We can copy until the finish duration. We need more column. We need 4 weeks again. Well, I think it's enough. The timeline duration until 10 April. The finish project duration until 1 April. Well, we have done the step 1 to make timeline day by day and weekly timeline. In the next step, we have to create conditional formatting for highlight duration. So we can make the Gantt chart like this. So we can lock the cell from project summary until shipment. And we click the format and choose conditional formatting. We choose the custom formula option. We type the formula. We use if conditional formula. Please look carefully in the column D, column E, and row number 2. 2, it should be D3. D3 if larger or equal to D2 and E3 less than or equal to E2. Well, we have to carefully to give a dollar in the shell. Okay. For row number 2, we have to fix in the row number. Meanwhile, for the column D or E, we have to fix in the column. Sorry, it should be D4 and E4. Well, we have to check is the formula correct or not. Yes, the formula is right. We have to freeze until column E. Well, we have done create Gantt chart. Now, if we want to consider the weekend, we have to create some modification. We have to insert the tick box. This is duration for not consider weekend, and this is for if we want to consider weekend. Network days. We want to. Okay, if we consider the weekend, so the weekday is only 65 days. Now, we have to apply this tick box to this timeline. We have to change we have to change the second day for the timeline. Oh, sorry. We want if work day.mtl start date plus 1 days put 1 type weekend we choose number 1 enter. We copy this until the last column. We have to look carefully. If we uncheck the box, the weekend is not considered in this timeline. If choose the text box, the weekend is considered in this timeline. We can also consider weekend in the conditional formatting. You can block the cell, the formatting using network day formula. Sorry, it should be G2. Yes. Well, we have done to consider weekend in the timeline. If we uncheck the box, timeline will be like this. So for Gantt chart, we just need to create two conditional formatting for highlight duration and highlight for the weekend. Well, we have done to create Gantt chart from this project management example. Alright everyone, thank you for watching my video. If you have some comments or suggestion, please write on the comment column. And if you get something new from this video, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification from this channel to get updated video from FN Engineering channel. And don't forget to share this video or FN Engineering channel with others. See you next time. Hello everyone. Welcome back again to FN Engineering channel. Today, we are going to continue regarding project management. In this video, we are going to create S-curve planning from the previous project. Well, before we continue, please subscribe FN Engineering channel and like my video. Thank you. Well, here are the overview or step-by-step to create S-curve planning. First of all, we will create percentage for each process. After that, we will give the value in each process in the timeline to get the percentage. Then we'll make a summary for each timeline to get the daily percentage and cumulative percentage. Lastly, we will create the graph or S-curve. Well, we are going to create S-curve in the spreadsheet. This is an example for S-curve planning. We will create S-curve like this. We'll make a summary percentage for each timeline and cumulative summary. After that, we will create the S-curve. We go to the previous document. In the previous video, we have finished to create Gantt chart. Next, we are going to duplicate this sheet to make a new sheet. We can change the name of the sheet. We give the S-curve planning. Well, the first step, we're going to make a percentage for each process. So we can insert two column before the timeline, or we can insert two column after predecessor. We can give the name percentage in percent. In column G, we can give the name total and column H daily. In order to make a percentage, we can guess the value, but in the real, we can give the percentage based on the cost of each process. For this project example, we can give the percentage. For example, for preparation, we can give 5%. We can change to percent format. For procurement, we can give 70%, fabrication 15%, testing 5%, and delivery 5%. We can sum the value is it 100% or not? Yes, the value is 100%. In the next step, from percentage in level 1, we can divide the percentage to level 2. So 5% we can divide into 3 process. We can guess for kickoff meeting we need 0.5%, site survey 1%, all documents 3.5%. Then for procurement, we can divide 70% to 5 process. For informaterial, because this is the higher cost for the procurement, so we can give the high value. For example, we can give 40%. Meanwhile, for local material, we can assume 15%. Consumable 10%, tools 5%, and services also 5%. We can check, is it 70%? Oh, it's too high, 75%. So we can adjust. Yes, the value is 70%. Can delete this. Next, we are going to divide percentage for level 2 of fabrication. For cutting, for example, we need 3%, forming 3%, machining 5%, welding 5%, and assembling 5%. Oh, sorry, it's too high. Maybe we can change the testing so we can adjust the fabrication will be 70%, 17%. Uh, well, we we have got 17%, so we can delete this process, delete this value. Next, we will divide percentage for testing. Dimensional check 0.5%, review document 1%, and testing 2.5%. Can delete this. Lastly, we are going to divide for delivery process. Finishing 1%, packaging 0.5%, and shipment 2.5%. Well, we have done to divide percentage for each value. After that, we are going to determine the daily percentage. So we can use the formula for this step and use equal to percentage total divide duration. We can change the format to percentage. Well, we have done to make a percentage. In the next step, we will create the formula to get the percentage value in the timeline. So we have to input formula in the timeline. The formula is similar with formula in the conditional formatting. Is similar with this, so we can copy this formula. We have to check the formula and use an formula. Okay, we have to check the dollar or log the cell. We have to give the dollar in this H4. It should be locked at the column. We copy this. Is it alright? Yes. We copy to the next row. Is it right? So the formula is correct. We can copy to the other cell. Copy this to this. And well, we have to check the formula. The value is yes, it's 0.25. It's similar with this. Next, we can check the value in the timeline. Is it same value with the daily with the percentage total or not? We can use the sum formula. Can change the format to percentage. And copy this. Is it? Yes. We can also use the exact to compare this value in between the K column and G column. Okay. So the check is all true. So there is no error in the formula. Well, we have done to get the percentage of each timeline. In the next step, we are going to summarize the daily percentage and cumulative percentage. Next, weekly plan and cumulative plan. We can merge the cell. Next, we can sum the value. We have to change the format to percentage. Then change the size. I think we need the larger size. Well, now we can copy this formula to other column. Next, we have to sum for the weekly percentage. 6, 7. Okay. We can copy this formula to other column. Well, the next step we can give the formula to get the cumulative plan percentage. It's equal to this cell, and the next day is equal to this value, this value. I can copy this. Yeah, we have to adjust the size of the column, or we can change the size of the font. Well, we have done to create daily percentage and cumulative percentage. Now, we're going to create the graph or S-curve. To create the S-curve, we can block the cell, plan until cumulative. We can click the insert and choose the chart, where we use the you can you can choose line chart or smooth line chart. I will choose the smooth line chart. Remove x-axis. Yes. Then we just need row number 33 for cumulative. So we can remove this. Okay. Next, we We have to customize this chart. We remove the background and remove the border chart. We can use the maximize. Next, we can remove the title chart. Next, we customize in series and color is blue. Okay. Label line. No, no. Next, for legend. Series. Meanwhile, for horizontal axis, vertical axis can give the value 0 and maximum 1. We don't need the point shape. Yes. Yes. Remove the title text. Well, I think it's enough. Okay. 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 Can change the color for the weekend. Yes. And or we can change the last day of the week. The last day of the week in this graph, in this schedule is Monday. It is Sunday. So we can change this the end of the last day of the week to be Friday. I like to change to Friday. Can reduce by 2? Yes. It have to it has changed to Friday. Well, alright. We have done to create S curve for this project. Alright everyone, thank you for watching my video. If you have some comments or suggestion, please write on the comment column. And if you get something new from this video, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification from this channel to get updated video from FN Engineering channel. And don't forget to share this video or FN Engineering channel with others. See you next time. Hello everyone. Welcome back again to FN Engineering channel. We are going to continue regarding project management. In this video, we will discuss step by step how to create S-curve planning versus actual. Well, before we continue, please subscribe FN Engineering channel and like my video. Thank you. Alright, here are the overview regarding step by step to create S-curve planning versus actual. First of all, we will insert each process for actual process. So we can copy planning process for actual process. After that, we are going to modify the formula in the timeline so we can get the value for the actual process. Then we have to determine the status process for each process. I will explain more detail in the spreadsheet. In the next step, we will create summary percentage for daily and cumulative, but for actual progress. Lastly, we have to modify the graph for S-curve planning versus actual. Well, in order to make it clearly, we can go to spreadsheet file. Well, here are the project example for S-curve planning versus actual. We will create the previous project to create S-curve planning versus actual like this. Well, here is the previous example project. Previously, we have to create S-curve for planning. Well, to create S-curve planning versus actual, we can copy this sheet, we can duplicate. Well, first of all, we have to insert some row for each process. We insert the row to indicate this process is for actual. So we have to insert row one by one. Well, after we finish that row, we can copy the description from planning process to actual process. So we can make formula like this. Well, in the next step, we can modify the formula. Sorry, before we modify the formula, we have to determine the status for each process. In this case, we define some status for this process. There are some conditions for the actual status. We have to determine the definition of the status. For the planning, we can we can give name status is plan. Meanwhile, for the actual, we have some condition. There is progress, ongoing, and done. The definition of progress is the process is it did not be performed yet. Meanwhile, for ongoing condition, the process has started but is not finished yet. Lastly, for done status, the definition of done is the process is completely finished. So we can insert column after description. We can delete this and give the name of the column is status. We can insert the data validation for this cell. Plan, progress, ongoing, and done. So plan, project summary is progress. Okay. We can copy this. Well, we have done to make column for status. Now for the percentage, we can copy this percentage. Okay, for daily, we can copy this. Well, now we can modify the formula in the timeline. So we have to consider the status to the timeline. First, we give the formula for plan condition. C4 plan. we have to lock in the column. Now we can give the formula for actual condition. There are three status for the actual condition. And is done. So we can give the or formula to this. Okay, well, we can copy this formula to all shell. Now we have to sum the total percentage for each condition. Can insert new row. This is for plan, progress, ongoing, and done. We can use sum if formula. We can use sum if or sum ifs, but I like use sum ifs. If you use sum if formula, you just only put one condition. But if you use sum ifs formula, you can put some condition in this formula. So sometimes we get some condition, we don't need to change the formula. So the formula is some range. Next, criteria range is column C, and criterion is plan. We can lock the cell. We have to change the format of percentage, and we can copy for other condition. The total plan have to equal to total of progress, ongoing, and done. We have to modify the freeze if there's error. We can give the notification if any error. The cumulative for percentage of plan has to equal to actual percentage from progress, ongoing, and done. Next, we can fill the actual process based on actual condition. I make this video in the July, so we can modify the start date. We can modify to June. Well, the curve has modified. Now we can guess the date for the some actual process. For example, kickoff meeting start by 1 June. We can give the formula for duration. We can copy to other cells. Next, we can guess the date for the other process. a survey, for example, start to June, your version. Meanwhile, for approval, we can start June until example 2 weeks. Okay, next for procurement info material, start from the finish of approval. Example is first 5 days. Next, local material, start from 14 June. For example, we need 3 weeks for the local material. Consumable is also start from 14 June. We need, for example, longer. For example, we need 25 days. Meanwhile, next for tools, for example, we start more delay, but we just need 10 days for this process. Services is also like tools, but we need 20 days. We go to publication process. The publication process has started after local material received. The actual for cutting, for example, we need 7 days. Forming we perform after cutting finished. For example, we need 7 days. Machining after forming finish. For example, we need 5 days. We only fill the start and finish date for the process ongoing or done status. We can change the status for each process. Committing is done. All preparation process is done. For import material is ongoing because the process has started but has not finished yet. Hmm. Cutting is done, forming is ongoing, and machining still progress. Now we have to create the summarize for actual percentage. We can copy this shell to for actual and change them to be actual. Previously, we have to modify the formula for this cell. We have to sum the percentage for planning only. So we can use sum ifs formula. Range. Criterion range is fixed until you can lock, and the criterion is plan. Yeah, we can lock this. Well, Now we can copy to the other cells. Okay, the cumulative plan is still 100%. Next, we can fill the formula for the actual condition. We can copy this formula to this cell, but we have to need the condition. We just give progress for ongoing or done condition. We change to column F, ongoing, and plus for done. And change the format to percentage. The font size is 8. We can copy, and for weekly we can copy from the weekly plan. Next, for cumulative actual, we can copy to this. For S-curve planning versus actual, we just show the S-curve actual until today. So for the future progress, we don't show the progress in the S-curve. So we have to modify again the formula in this actual summary. So we can give the statement for today. If less than or equal to today, the other is blank. You can copy this. Okay. Now for the weekly actual is also if less than or equal to today, the statement is sum this shell. The other is blank. Well, can copy to other cell. Sorry, it's not G2, but is the end of the week. G2. Hmm. Can copy to the other cells. Uh, Lastly, for the cumulative, we have to modify the formula to consider today. Sorry, G2 less than or equal to today. Blank. Hmm, Also, Mm, You can copy to the other cell. Well, we have done create summary for actual. Now, we can put the percentage progress to the S curve. We can modify the S curve. We can edit the chart, data range until row number 63. We can insert the series for the row number 63 for the actual. Mm, Okay, we can give the name for the blue is plan, meanwhile for red color is actual. Well, we have done to create S curve. Okay, we can create group for the level 1 process. Procurement, fabrication, testing, and delivery. Well, in addition, we can give conditional formatting to highlight the different status. We can copy this. Again, insert conditional formatting. Formula is equal to for plan. We can give the, for example, for the progress, we can give the yellow color. Next, for done, we can give the green color. And for ongoing, we can also give other green color. Well, we have done create S-curve actual resource planning. Well, we have finished regarding project management. So create schedule, Gantt chart, S-curve for planning, and S-curve planning versus actual. For the spreadsheet file, you can copy or open in the link in the description. Well, alright everyone, thank you for watching my video. If you have some comments or suggestion, please write on the comment column. And if you get something new from this video, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification from this channel to get updated video from FN Engineering channel. And don't forget to share this video or FN Engineering channel with others. See you next time.